So if you want a really good way to get rid of yellow jackets, I had a situation about 3 weeks ago where I had ended up having two nests inside my dog there. I have two Boston Terriers, and my youngest one, he got tore up. He got at least hit 3 times by yellow jackets, and it messed him up for about 3 days. And I wasn't able to cut the grass for about 3 weeks because I was working so much. So after I cut the grass, it's just like a bomb went off. I mean, there was probably 1,000 of them things. I didn't know at the time that there was actually two nests in there. And so luckily my dog's okay now though, but it messed him up. And so I spent hours researching on YouTube, and I found one person that had this one comment. It was perfect. And don't buy none of the stuff that you get from stores, the spray bottles, that stuff. We all know it don't work, and you gotta buy 10 of them because one of them don't do anything. It just pisses them off, and there's not enough spray in the cans to actually kill them. It just pisses them off is all it does. So this works, and it cost me $20. So I'm gonna show it here in a minute. Basically, you get like a screened-in porch, the screen for like a screened-in porch or a screen door, an old screen door. Find that, something like that. I'll show you what I have here in just a second. But the trick is wait until dark. I waited till about 12 o'clock when they're dark, maybe a little bit later, until they all settle down in the ground. And you put the screen over top of the hole, and you take some bricks. That's the trick. That's the only tricky part, is doing it fast enough. And so I actually went out there and I laid bricks beside the hole, and I had it all laid out, right? I had everything laid out beside the hole, and it took me about maybe 5 seconds. I had the screen over there, and I put the bricks on top of it. And so after that, what I did, this is all I did. I took my water hose and just started soaking water down through this, run the water hose continuously down through there. And like every so often, I take squirt Dawn dish detergent and mix in one there. And that's the trick. You got to do Dawn dish detergent. And I did that. It took about 3 hours to fill that one hole up. And the people that I was seeing on YouTube said, you got to wait till the hole fills up. It says sometimes it takes 10 minutes. Mine took 3 hours. That's how big this nest was. It was massive. And the funny thing is, I never saw the nest. I guess, I don't know, maybe we didn't bump into the nest this whole summer, but like I said, 3 weeks ago, the first time we saw any signs of a nest. But this nest was about the size of a big golf ball. That's how big it was. And so I just kept dumping water to it, and every so often I dumped the Dawn dish detergent. It took about 3 hours, and then the next morning I did it one more time just to make sure. And I ended up having a second hole, and when I filled the second hole, the other nest, which is about 20 feet from the other one, I filled it straight with water, and I did it for about 10 minutes, and I pulled the water hose out. They started coming out. So you have to use Dawn dish detergent. And I don't know if any other detergent works. It's just what I've been told to use. I'm sure other things may work, but y'all willing to try it. But this worked 100%, and it got basically about 99% of all the bees. And I hated doing it. I hate to harm any kind of bee like that, but it was inside my dog areas, and I had to do it. I had no choice. And we've gotten bids before. I work outside. I've actually seen my customers get bids, quotes from these other bug companies. I've seen companies like that bid between $500 to $1,000, even up to $1,500 to get rid of yellow jackets like that. I've seen that in my area, and that is ridiculous. This cost me $20, and it was safe for the environment, and 100% worked 100%, and it got, like I said, 99% of all the bees gone. And I did end up getting one of these little traps you hang up at Ace Hardware that I hung up over on the side, and it caught the last little remaining ones the rest of the week. And I've had the holes covered up for about 3 weeks just to make sure, but I haven't seen any signs of them. So, but yeah, but having that wire mesh, the wire keeps them from coming up, and then any kind of thing like that. And then the one that I used was like a cooking utensil that had the wire that I used, and it was like $1 at the dollar store or something like that. But I'll show what it looks, the nest here. So this was the second nest. I actually got a stick just to make sure. It's been here 3 weeks, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably check it next week when I cut the grass again. That was the second one I killed. But this was the one that I put the wire on right here. And as you see, I got bricks holding it down. This was just like a cooking utensil. And basically, it's like $1 you get at the dollar store. And like I say, look how big that hole is. Hopefully there's no more in there. But I'm going to keep checking this thing. But I haven't seen any signs of them. But that's how big that hole was. And basically what I did, I basically came out here about 12 o'clock and I brought the bricks, laid them very carefully along the side of the hole. And I brought everything out here, got it all ready, and I just laid it on top of here real fast. And that was a trick. Laying them down there, making sure you weight it down. And you see right there. And also too, when you start dumping when you have your water hose, the bricks can hold the water hose in place. And I'm just squirting Dawn at the same time, and it actually keeps them from flying out too. The Dawn does. There's my dog. But so that was it. It worked like a charm. But my dog's grateful for helping. I know Obi, he got hit one time, but my other little small Boston Terrier, Tyson, he really got hit hard. But luckily we didn't have to take him to the vet. But like I said, if this was somewhere else in my yard, like down in the woods somewhere, I wouldn't bother with them. This, but when it comes to our animals, we got to do what we got to do, So, but try it, guys. I promise you, if you have any questions, leave some in here in the comments. But yeah, like I said, it worked. I've been dealing with these things for years and years. That was the first time I ever seen where somebody put the screen over top of that. That is brilliant. I never heard that before, and it worked perfect.